Hello, my name is Brian Reyes, and I'm a cloud architect here at CenturyLink. Today I'll be covering the use of CIDR addressing to limit access to a public IP address. Now you can limit this to either a specific IP address or a range of IP address. Now we encourage our customers to use either our OpenVPN client or to set up an IPsec VPN tunnel for accessing systems on our CenturyLink cloud environment. But if either of these options isn't feasible, we suggest you use a source IP filtering service, such as this, on a public IP address, unless that IP address is meant for a web, publicly facing internet server. Now we also suggest that you use OS firewall policies on a guest VM when you're actually going through this type of access also. What we'll look at today is here I have my server that's in my Santa Clara data center. Doesn't have a public IP address currently. And what I'll end up doing is I'm going to open up access to my Virginia, a VM on my Virginia data center location, and I'm going to keep access away from my server that's in Germany and also on my local desktop. So we'll start out over here at our interface, and it's a simple selection of add a public IP address. Now what this does is you notice that the common ports are up here. If I want, I can go ahead and select RDP, since that's what I'm going to demonstrate in this tutorial here. I can also add a single port or a range of ports to be able to be added if I wanted to open up additional ports. Now, here's where we would add our IP address. Again, when I went over to this server, I went to Google and chose what's my IP address. It popped up with a 206 address. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and add that now. 206. I'm going to do a /32 so it's only open to this one IP address. At this point, I'll just select Add Public IP Address, and what will happen is it will drop up into a queue over here. Now the job will start off and get kicked off for this point. I'm not going to watch it progress through its process. So you'll see that it's a pretty quick process to actually implement the public IP address. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and capture this public IP. I'm now going to actually implement that here on my Virginia environment and also in my Germany environment. Now this is the location when we went to what is my IP that I opened up for just RDP access. So what I'll do at this time is I'll go ahead and test out that I have RDP access. So what should happen is when I hit connect, I should get prompted for username and password. And as you can see, we now have access to this system. I'm going to do the same thing here from the server in Germany. I'm going to add this, go in, tell it to connect. What will happen is this system's going to time out. By this point, it should have actually already accessed it since we already showed it was working. What I'm going to do here, I'll do the same thing from my local desktop. Now both the Germany and local desktop were not provided on the access to that server, the publicly facing IP for that server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for right now. I'm going to go back over here to that public IP address. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and add my local systems IP address so I can access it from that point. Mine is a 99 IP address. After I add an additional server to be able to access this public IP address, I hit update IP address, and again that will kick off a queue to make the request to the firewall. I'm going to back up from here at this point. We'll give that just a little bit of time to go in and make the configuration change. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and RDP back in, provide that IP address, and we'll try to make that connection. And there we go. So now we're connected to this server. Just took a little bit of time for that firewall policy to get put in place through our automation. And again, this is Brian Reyes with CenturyLink. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to look us up at www.centurylinkcloud.com. Bye.